Uh, here's the realities of being basically kind of like a likable lone wolf and an introverted man like myself. Now, here's the realities of basically me, you know, and many other guys usually go through this all the time. I'm basically a guy that is myself usually when I have long hair. And I'm basically most myself, and that's where it also carries the most baggage. When you deal with having long hair, and most people have short hair. Most guys that are hick-minded usually attach the words such as druggy basically onto you. And if you're an attractive guy like me that usually has long hair, you usually tend to be larger in the midsection as well as in the trunks. And that's basically the stuff that I've always literally found myself dealing with, along with a number of myriad issues. A myriad of mental health issues back then. And this is pretty much the reason why I've often made a lot of decisions to where I've had to basically embrace more solitude. Because if you're out in the limelight at an early age, you can't help but kind of interpret it as a mass of individuals basically laughing at you. Or getting the feeling that you're constantly being bullied and picked on, even by older people that happen to be teachers. And that's usually one interpretation that when you dissect deeper feelings and beliefs, basically tends to very much often get to the reality of actually what it is. It's just that you're basically a handsome guy. You just happen to like having hair. And it's for you to basically uphold yourself to not fall into the pattern of escaping from what you need to do. And early on, I've always went through escapism all the time. And here's the realities of me of dealing with relationships very early on without getting a good grasp on relationship dynamics. Masturbation of pornography, coupled with very high levels of testosterone, such as myself. And what is there out there? Basically NoFap. And that actually, I take it as basically an offense, an insult, and something that basically sneers at my heart and soul. Because none of you guys know the real value of being around basically a female cretin, synonymous with female predator, also synonymous with this, the concept of the sweetheart. And the more I sort myself out, it's basically, it leads me very much often, because I've had a lot of sex, basically wanting more sex, and there's no sex to go around, and I have to actually regroup for my day job as a painter. And the realities of my life is this: I was reared into the liberal arts. I also happen to be reared into Islam as much as I was raised up to be a Catholic, and even a part Orthodox. And even taking on Drew Kama very early on. And it's basically the process of having to very much not only love yourself, but also uphold yourself to be and display what you exactly are. And you guys that basically claim to be like a kind, caring person, you guys don't realize that you also happen to be the biggest bullies on the internet. Because you guys tend to walk all over guys that want to be alpha males. And you guys want to be alpha males yourselves. What's even more insidious, you guys make a lot of dangerous videos on the concept of the Sigma male. It runs counter to the realities of a guy like me that happens to value alone time for something like studying a philosophical didactic as Hegel's phenomenology of spirit, or something more serious and solid like the victorious mind. And for the record, this is not about self-development, but uncovering what you are. And if you fall out of line for some reason by a guy like me, it means you have a lot to prove to the other guy who actually knows how to do self-development better than you. Fun.